Have you ever caught yourself looking at someone else's life and thinking, why did it happen so fast for them? And for me, everything feels so slow. Maybe you see people getting married while you're still waiting. Others achieving what you've been praying for years. People reaching places you haven't even started yet. And without realizing it, something quiet begins to grow inside you. It's not obvious jealousy. It's comparison. A comparison that starts subtly, but slowly eats away at you. It makes you question your value. It makes you doubt your path. And sometimes even doubt God. Because deep down, the question isn't just, why is it taking so long? The real question is there something wrong with me? And this is where you need to confront a dangerous thought. You are measuring your process with someone else's timeline, and that will never be fair. Because God doesn't work with copies. He works with unique stories. The Bible never shows two identical journeys. Never. Joseph had dreams, but before they came true, he was betrayed, sold, humiliated, and forgotten. David was anointed king, but spent years running for his life before he ruled. Abraham received a promise, but waited decades to see it fulfilled. Now think honestly. If you looked at their lives in the middle of the process, would you say they were behind, or that God had forgotten them? Probably yes, because when we are inside the process, it's hard to see purpose. We only see delay. And that's the problem with comparison. It always takes your current chapter and compares it to someone else's final result. And that will always make you feel insufficient. But here is a truth that may confront you and set you free. You are not behind, you are being built. And building takes time. No one builds a house starting with the roof. It's a simple image, but deeply ignored. Everyone wants the roof. The beautiful finish, the visible part. The part people admire, but no one values the foundation. Because the foundation is slow, invisible, silent. It's digging deep when no one is watching. Aligning things no one will applaud. Strengthening structures no one will notice. But that is exactly where everything is defined. If the foundation is weak, it doesn't matter how beautiful the top looks. Eventually, everything collapses, and God knows. That's why He is not in a hurry. While you are focused on arriving, God is focused on sustaining you when you get there. And that changes everything. Because maybe you are asking for something you don't yet have the structure to carry. And that is not rejection. That is protection. Maybe you're waiting for a relationship, but God is working on areas that, if left untreated, would destroy what you desire. Maybe you're waiting for an opportunity, but God is forming discipline, character, and maturity. Maybe you're waiting for doors to open, but God is strengthening your faith in the silence. And let's be honest, God's silence is uncomfortable because it doesn't explain. It doesn't show what's happening. It doesn't give control. It requires trust, and trusting when everything makes sense is easy. What's hard is trusting when nothing seems to move. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time. But we ignore something important. It's not in our time. It's in His time. And God's timing is not based on your anxiety. It's based on your preparation. Because God is not only looking at what you want, He is looking at what you want will require from you. Now let me ask you something you might be avoiding. If God gave you today what you've been asking for, would you be able to sustain it? Or would it become something else you lose later? Because many people don't lose things due to lack of opportunity. They lose them due to lack of structure. And in His mercy, God prefers to prepare you rather than watch you break later. The problem is that while God is working in you, you are looking at others. And that creates frustration. Because you see people moving forward, but you don't see what they went through. You see the result, but not the process. You see the stage, but not the hidden seasons. And comparison always ignores the cost. Every person carries a different story, different wounds, different responsibilities, different callings. So why would the process be the same? You are not living a delay. You are living an adjustment. While you look outward and see progress, God is looking inward and seeing transformation. And that is deeper than it seems. Because what God builds in you is more important than what He gives to you. The world values speed. God values depth. The world celebrates those who arrive first. God sustains those who are prepared. And in the end, it's not the fastest who wins. It's not the one who started better. It's the one who endured, the one who didn't quit in the process, the one who trusted even without understanding. So maybe today you need to stop asking, "Why is this taking so long?" and start asking, "What is God still building in me?" Because when you understand the process, you stop competing. When you understand God's timing, you stop comparing. And when you trust what He is doing, you find peace even in the waiting. Your process is not a mistake. It's not delay. It's not abandonment. It's construction. And what God is building in you right now will sustain everything you are still asking for. Even if you can't see it today, even if it feels slow, even if it feels unfair, God is still working. And when the time comes, you won't just arrive, you will remain. You are always welcome here. May God continue to bless you. With brotherly love, Minutes of Grace.